next to here, in the nether tunnel, with the nether hub for Crown Mountain, should I say. Did lots of work here. Still more to be done. There's some weird panes around here, and also there's a lot of rails. This will all become clear shortly. Anyway, I did carve out all of this space, scaring the bejesus out of myself over lava, and I may have died once or twice. What we have done is link the portals that we want linked, and that was not easy because, well, let's face it, bug rock. But this episode is going to be about the progress made since the last one, and I do apologise, I should have put at least 2 videos up, but I've been really busy in real life with work and other things. Let's get on to talking about what we wanted to build. We're still not there yet. Let's get into my creative testing world, or at least one of them. First off, this was my circle design, and like having 4 main entry points in the nether. We had, hello Mr. Gast, can't hurt me, I'm in creative. And then I wanted to make sure that we could spur off these in the right direction. I wanted to get the size about right, and then also think about some of the design. I got a little bit over ambitious with the quartz. So easy to do in creative. I had to lower the height of the roof down a little bit, but the idea was to have the orange and red theme, and then I know there was a lava lake below, so I wanted to make sure that that could all be kitted out with glass, and there's been some spawn proofing ideas here. I wanted it to be safe, so just some ideas which you'll have seen in the intro that I had to rebuild in survival, and that wasn't fun. Many hours and many deaths. Then we had this thing that I started building, which was just about starting to plan out sizes for the villager breeding skyscraper. Do you want to be somewhere? How about you? Join my video. Don't drop off the edge. Why would you jump? There's no trapdoor or anything there. Oh, my favourite villagers. This wasn't really about block pallets or anything, it was just mainly about sizes. And I progressed to this thing that you will see behind me, which I laid out with wool sizes. Modularizing. So here, and I've cut out stuff because I wanted to work out where I could place the beds so they're not just scattered around. How I would have my villagers in little pods. Oh. That's not working. That's working less. Let's see. Oh, there you go. With trapdoors, where I could place signs, and the wool is just to do the sizing originally. Underneath here, or to the sides at least, I would have a path for the zombie curing. Well, killing and curing. So the zombie guy sits in there as well, and there's redstone under here. Off he goes round here, and any villager that I choose to be cured gets dropped down a level. He can't escape, and when Mr. Zombie comes through, he smacks him and then comes through again. So we can do these individually. Lots of planning involved with this, and this is going to be the inside, because I didn't want the inside to not fit with the outside, so it's going to be inside done first, and then the outside will go after. There we go. You can't get out, mate. And you can't hit your brothers on either side. There you go. Ready for curing. The idea is to have up to 45 villagers. Getting villagers from my villager breeder to here, and having like multiples of villagers bred up to drop into each of these, and then move all of the villagers into each of their cells. Then to add the trading units, then to do the curing and zombification. This is not a small job. Right, let's go and see how this is progressing in survival. So this is my villager breeder out in the farming district of Crown Mountain. Behind me over there is Crown Mountain. You can just about see what I'm going to be showing in a minute. But these are my favourite villagers. They have the key trades that I want. Infinity, mending, looting 3 for 30, efficiency 4, and unbreaking 3. I needed to get at least 2 of these over to where I was going to do the build, over there. And then I just need to breed up 15 villagers per floor. Simples. And that was okay until I realised I hadn't quite done the right light levels, and I lost 15 villagers, but I also lost 2 to my bow because they were on the loose and I had a design flaw, and then I went up and everybody was burning to death. Here I had a mechanism which is now being blocked off because this was flawed, and I've got a new design for this. I know it looks really janky, but ultimately it carts up somebody into the nether portal. Minecarts do not go all the way through into the nether, so you have to break them. So on the other side, when you break the minecart, the entity goes through the nether portal. And then out here, what you do is you have a minecart that is sat right here, and your rail doesn't work. Because in order for a rail to automatically push something, you need a solid block behind, so you have to break the obsidian or put a piston which won't fire through this stuff. I mean, it was problematic. I set this janky thing up just to make sure that from that portal, which is from the villager breeder over to the storage at Crown Mountain, they would come in here, I would break this, and then on the other side I had this little setup, which with a little bit of effort you can get it placed generally in the middle. Right, with a little bit of effort, if a villager runs out of here, he's going to come to this minecart, and then you can just push it round. Right, that's perfect. You can kind of see this, like, the strain that I had to go through to make sure that villagers would come out and come into there. And quite often what happened was they just walk out the back. Then I had to block it off. Anyway, I created this track to come all the way from what was the nearest portal up to where I wanted to build my modules, which is what I'm going to do the grand reveal for now. Over here, ta-da! Building into Crown Mountain. This is pretty much the same design with a few changes. There's going to be a lobby area down here with transportation to go up. Choose which floor you want to go to. You know, have a nice welcome. All of this needs to be dug out. All the way through to the bottom of this. This is going to be like a big, modern, uber modern skyscraper build. That's the plan. Do I have a bed? I do. I want one of you. So yeah, these guys come up through here into what is... Oh, nitwit. There are so many more nitwits now in villager breeding than there has ever been before in 1.18, 17, 16, 15. And it's not very good when you have rogue iron golems wandering around, because every time I kill these, they kill me. We have our 2 master breeders, Mr. and Mrs., or Mrs. and Mr., or Mr. and Mr. and Mrs. and Mrs. I don't care as long as you give me little baby villagers. This, I found, was the best way of getting villagers in, and if babies decide to walk up the stairs, they will walk over the trapdoor, fall down, and go back into circulation. Over here, we have a glass block to stop the villagers coming back up and getting back into the main villager hall. And down here, although it only goes down 1 floor now, because I've done all the other floors, that went all the way down to the ground floor, and then there was a cart to take them into their, into their new home. So floor 1. They're all in here. You can imagine the villagers coming down into a little water thing and then having a rail track individually for each one all the way around. That was a lot of fun. We've got one different dress guy over there. Won't matter when they've been converted. But they go down for their zombification, and then we can cure them. The iron trapdoors means that I can go in. Hey buddy, I can see the inside of your face. And then out again. But they can't escape. Below each floor you can see where the beds are. 15 beds per floor. This is the system that I had before. Put a minecart there, which is not activated even though it's powered because there's not a solid block behind it. You can nudge it forwards by coming down to this hole where the water stream is stopped because of this sign. And up there is where we want to funnel the guys down. Right. So he goes up there. Actually passes over this gap because it's a trapdoor and it's going fast enough to hit this powered rail. Hits this block here, which means that when I break the minecart, he should fall straight through. And then gets pushed into the minecart below. And there's two ways of doing this. Either you can just drop straight in and then hold back, nudge him forwards, and off he goes into his new home. That's you done. And this is for the next one. The last one. The last villager. Hi, it's me again. And I think that actually this is a good place to pause the video. We have more to build. A lot more to build. I'm looking forward to it. But that's jobs to do later on. If you want to like this, please do. If you want to subscribe, that'd be amazing. We have copper that has turned while we've been doing this video. So that's good too. Like, subscribe, and catch me on the next one. Condensed out.